Was Christ enlightened? It is written he performed miracles, cities, and on the cross said, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? I wasn't there, I can't say. There are many things reported about Christ. Yes, many times along the way cities happen. One can do miraculous healings. Things like that take place. But I think that Christ showed the way for mankind, you know, and you do get to that place where you feel like you're nailed to the cross and you have to give up that ego willingly. And in that moment, before, you feel like maybe God has forsaken you. I don't know whether I'm going to be possessed. I don't know whether I'm going to die. I don't know what's going to happen. But one has to throw their ego, lay it down willingly. And that's the way it feels many times. It's not that God is there saying, oh, my child, lay down your ego, all is well, I'm right here. I'm right here to comfort you. No. No, that doesn't happen. And I've stated that in my own journey. It was like that. I sat down and had known I had done everything I could do, and that overwhelming terror came. Where you don't know. It's like walking off of a cliff. It's pitch black. You're at the Grand Canyon. That's a big fall. But you're compelled to go forward. And you don't know what's waiting. And you feel like there is nothing there. It's very difficult. I guess they say in some traditions it's the great doubt that arises. That great doubt is there. And you have to surrender in the midst of that great doubt. Father, why have you forsaken me? But one hasn't been forsaken, but one has to willingly lay down their life. One has to willingly crawl up on the cross. Has to willingly face what comes. Has to willingly give over their life to find out what's on the other side. They also say no one sees the face of the Father and lives. Okay? Doesn't mean a physical face. Okay? Ego does not survive it. The illusion of ego does not survive it. Okay? The illusion of ego is broken. It's gone. It is no more. There was nothing to fear. There was nothing to fear. I think that Christ came and he was a reformer. Yes, he was a mystic. Nothing was written about him until 50 years after his passing. A lot of stories can emerge in 50 years. You know. And the church at Nicaea, you know, they had their agenda. What can be said? What can be said? So whether you want to take it as a fact or an allegory, however you want to view Christ and his mission on earth and what he was and what he wasn't, is up to you. But here I see that what it was showing a direction. Everyone that walks a spiritual path has to face the feelings of the temptations and the wilderness and that scourging It's not always fun. We have to stand up for whatever is the truth, whatever it is. It's not always going to be liked. It's not always going to be appreciated. And still we have to stand through it and not compromise, not run backwards. We have to lay down our life willingly to find out what is prior to ego. And it says after the crucifixion, he says, Father, it is finished. Into your hands I commend my spirit. So again, it's that pointing of you feel like there is nothing there. You don't know what's there. Why have you forsaken me? But into your hands, it's up to you. I've done all I can do. Whether I live, whether I die is up to you. There's nothing more I can do. So therefore, into your hands I commend my spirit. And then they say he arose. Okay? Into that eternal life. Into that eternal life. He went into the hell realms and preached the gospel, it says, for those 3 days while he was within the tomb. He went to those to tell them, fear not. You are creating your own hell realm. You do not have to be in this hell realm. He went to aid those and to bring forth that compassion in that time. Okay? So that's the story of Christ. He said, and these things I have done, and even more so you may do, for I go to the Father that sent me. Okay, I'm going to be absorbed back into that. I'm going back to prior to this birth. Back to that unchanging truth, to that absolute. Okay, so namaste.